Yes, welcome. Welcome to another edition to TRan channel. I'm TRan, as you know. Today, we're going to look into the future of dating apps. If you're new to this channel, don't be hesitant. Hit the red button, hit the top bell for all notifications, uploads, or live streams on TRan channel. The top bell is essential. Anything less than the top bell will vary how often you know if I'm doing a live stream or upload of any caliber, or if I should use the word caliber. Also, you can find season 1, and I'm slowly importing season 2 from the TRan channel here onto Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, and all those type of audio podcasting. I also noticed that it looks to me like Anchor was bought off by Spotify. So now I'm not sure if there's any stock in Spotify, but it looked like they got control of Anchor now. So you find all my shows that's here / more audio onto this type of broadcast on Anchor, Spotify, and etc. So if you're not really comfortable watching it on YouTube, which sometimes there's visuals and sometimes there's not, you can go to the podcast version for all you that's like to take long drives, or you're just bored and you want to hear something different. TRan is the place to be. Another thing. One thing I will start me doing now, I might start veer more to interviews on certain topics, educational. So it's going to get very interesting on this channel. It will not be too much ratchetness like y'all know me for custom, and maybe I should start living up to the title I am, Chaos. I have no idea. I don't want to be too chaotic, because if I get chaotic, people are going to get very much offensive. They're going to get in their feelings. I feel men and women, especially women, will cuss me out if I go too chaotic on them or whoever. The words like bitch, fuck, and all that stuff might be used more loosely on this channel, depending on my mood, possibly. But nonetheless, I'm going to try to be cordial, keep it somewhat liberal, and I said somewhat liberal on my channel as the best possible. And also, if you are going to listen to this broadcast, please hit the like button, leave a comment during the live stream and after the live stream for your thoughts and opinions. Feedback is key. What's good, brother? Let me write this. And I'll do you a favor, bro. Let me see this. I'll throw you in this since you have been shown somewhat. For now, for now. So enjoy it. Okay. So now, tonight's subject is dating apps finish, the Bumble problem. Now, what is Bumble? Who's Bumble? I'm glad you asked. The only way we can understand this is we're going to have to find the link for ourselves. And that's what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to look at some other apps too. We're going to do some reading here. And make sure y'all guys share the stream too, if you can. Let me stop doing this. And salute to you, brother. Let's find this. Hope everybody could see this. And this will be in the description of the stream. For those, what's this? Now, Chaos, why am I bringing up this thing called Bumble? This so-called dating app. And I call it so-called because I don't know what the hell this shit is. I think it's trash. But it's concerning for the average man. And I mean the average man, particularly a non-black or black man, that it should be concerning moving forward. Because what I can remember, and I've used dating apps too as well, not only in the past, but I mess with somewhat now, that I've noticed that because we have a new administration, mostly Democrats, or whatever you want to call it, Dixiecrats, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure this is effective, but I've noticed a trend that's going on where a lot of men in a lot of spaces through podcasts and YouTube, etc., have been expressing their feelings of not dating or want to wife up overweight women. And what I mean by overweight, I'm not talking about the average woman that is 10 pounds overweight. I'm talking a whopper 30 to 40 to goddamn 60 pounds overweight. And for those men that's listening in, if I could remember, the average now weight size of an average American woman today, and I think it's black woman, is now whopping 180. Oh, good. What's good, brother? What's good? So I'm thinking that the women throughout time and throughout the last 30 more years, and we could say roughly maybe 35 years, but we'll say 30 to be fair, have gained substantial weight. Now we can go into logistics why women are getting bigger and bigger. There's information and data on that, possibly. I mean, not possible, there is data on it. But if, for the sake of conversation, it's evident that women are getting bigger. So, biggest question we should ask a lot of men is, what do we do now that now the dating apps are coming around and telling the average man that's doing well for himself, that's making good money, and wants to eventually settle down, that he now has a standard of what he's going to accept and what he's not going to accept. So let's go into this. This is by the Gay Times, Life Culture, Music Band, etc. Bumble bans fat shaming, racism, and anti-LGBTQ plus language. You see this, the little Bumble app? Looks like some weird fruity app right here with the little three lines with the little hexagon symbol. The app is banning all forms of derogatory language in both users' profile and messages. Bumble, the dating app, originally markets for women to make the first move, has announced that it has banned all forms of derogatory language. See this? Derogatory language, including homophobic, biphobic, and transphobic speech. Now, let me pause right there. I know most men today, from what I could recall, said, and I'm not sure if you guys could vouch for this, are using dating apps. Have y'all? I mess with the dating apps. Some I've ventured they've gone out on a date. Some successful, some failed. And I took a break from it. But not saying I'm not no stranger to dating apps. But I find it intriguing that now, because we are living in a more accepted reality in the West we call America, anybody and anyone could be on these dating apps and they will not be sincere about what they look like or their actual sex. What I mean, listen to me good. There is a rise of transhuman, transgender people on these dating apps now posing as female that want to look for a relationship. Most likely they're looking for heterosexual relationships. So that means they want to look for men that are quote unquote straight so they could impose themselves as women, but they are really men through biology, through nature, but did not go through the sex change, or they have gone through the sex change, meaning they've gone through chemical augmentation from taking what they call those drugs, those hormone drugs to grow breasts, maybe a butt, etc. And they now position themselves now in this country because now there's some things you cannot do to people that are about the LGBTQ life because they are backed and protected by the government. And there is an agenda even bigger to that, which we're not going to go into because we want to stay focused on the topic, that they are now trying to pose themselves in front of other men that's particularly 20 and older on the average, to look for relationships, companionships, and as far as even go as far as having intercourse. Do you guys hear me? As far as they want to engage in intercourse. So my biggest problem with this is, if you are about that life, why are you going into these dating apps and not revealing what you really are? And you're posing to saying you're actually biologically born a male, but you put in you're a female, or sometimes you don't disclose that information. I will tell you why. And this is going to trigger a lot of people, because the end game is they want to act and feel like females and want to live a female life, but biology, they are men. So they think they're female, they operate as female, they act like female, but they want to be engaged like they're just females, and they're looking for a mate that's particularly male, particularly a straight heterosexual male, so they could have that experience. Now, this is going to be problematic for most people that's going to listen to this and might go back to playback. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you what it is, because I'm going to tell most of you men that's listening, They're not being honest with a lot of people that's on podcasting or YouTube. But because we have to be careful and watch our mouths, we do not want to talk about what really is the end game. Apps like Bumble is promoting degeneracy, shaming, and wants you as a man to accept anything, and have no motherfucking standards. You get it? Good. And because that, you as a man, if you are doing what you should be doing in life, and you're looking for a woman, an actual man, and you're a straight man, a heterosexual man, you want, at the end of the day, want to have relationships, fuck, procreate, and carry a legacy and start a family in time. You're not in it to go on these date apps if you're a serious dude for the foolishness. All right? So let's go on. Although the app was originally just for straight people, in recent years, it has expanded to cater for the LGBTQ community. See that? Now, I'm not sure how long Bumble's been around, but I'm going to do a Wikipedia check to see when the app was in existence. I heard rumor it was run by a woman now, but like I said, by the end of this, you know further information. I know most of you covered this briefly because of the romanticizing of it, trying to force men to accept anything. But I'm telling you right now, if you're a man and you're on your purpose and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you should not accept this foolishness. Matter of fact, I'll do you something better, man. You should not, and I mean you should be entertained any type of platform that's forcing you to entertain anything that you don't like to do. Why I'm telling you this is because I find it's going to come to the point that men, if we are serious and we want some change, we're going to have to make the official sacrifice and walk away. And you have to walk away because now this society, this system is getting very much sick, unacceptable, and it's really putting a lot of men in the corner to make decisions. So, like I said, I don't like the direction a lot of things is going. But like I said, this is only one app that is the focus of today's podcast / stream. Let's go on. The move was introduced on Tuesday, the 28th of January. Let's see, what today is? Today is the 6th, so that's roughly over a week ago. Thursday. And ban derogatory language being used on either a person profile or in their messages to someone else. Warning will be given to users who violate the rules and repeat offenders or someone who has made particular harmful comments will be banned from using Bumble. A dating app took the move after research. It commissions found that a quarter of people have been body shaming on an app, while a half had someone they were dating make an unsolicited comments about their body either on a date or online. Now, if y'all remember, there was another content creator talking about, women will say certain things to a man, rather he has a short height or he doesn't look sexually appealing. And during them times, it's acceptable that a woman could say and talk cash shit to the men. But if a man say anything cash shit to the woman, now he's gonna be banned or it's gonna be a bigger problem. Mostly he'll be removed from the site altogether. And I tell you, people, men and women are not created equal. So anybody or any woman that catches stream and you think you're equal to a man, you are sick and you need therapy fast. And like I said, this app really, if we want to keep it 100, is run and control and funded by a woman. I believe this is not made and funded and was even created by men because no way in hell a man would play along to have something that's on his own dating app when the majority of his consumer base is women or men. And at the end product, women are looking for what, fellas? A man to have compassionate relationship, to marry eventually, and to procreate. So let's take a good look. Let me do this. I'm doing something right now, guys. I'm just looking at something. And like I said, I'm looking at things right now. All right. Let me move on. Let's move on. Posts of this narrative will be flagged by automated safeguards before being reviewed by a human moderator, i.e., by an algorithm, by a computerized code algorithm. So if you say any keywords, and these are for people that are not computer science or tech savvy, how this thing works, if you call a woman a fat ass bitch, the algorithm will pick up right before the message is being sent directly, Viva by messenger, to her, and eventually it will not be shown. It will be automatically removed. You'll be flagged, just like the final snap. Dating for LGBTQ plus people can be hard, and it's not made easier when certain profiles on apps contain phrases like no fat or femis or no black or Asian, etc. Interesting. So it looks like some men could be potentially racist, and I said potentially, and I'm not sure if this is really dealing with black men or just men in general. But when you use terms like this, like I said before, the algorithm will pick up the keywords before you sent the message or you post it on your own page on Bumble, and automatically it'll be sniped and it will be flagged. Because that's how systems work, gentlemen. You can't just type any keyword in your profile page or to somebody Viva direct messenger. That's how the algorithm and that's how certain things work to sniper and eliminate anything that will seem deemed unworthy for public use. So let's go on. Many of a social media post has gone viral after someone shares abusive, homophobic, or racist abuse they had received while messaging someone on an app. Okay. In a statement, Naomi Walklin, the head of Bumble, okay, so she's, like I said, it's run by a woman. Okay, makes sense. In the UK and Ireland, said at Bumble, we have always been clear on our mission to create a kinder, more respectful, and more equal space on the internet. Key to this has always been our zero tolerance policy for racist and hate-driven speech, abuse, behavior, and harassment. We believe in being explicit when it comes to the kind of behaviors that is not welcome on our app. And with these changes, we making it clear that body shaming is not acceptable on Bumble. Now, before we go on, I'm hoping that this is fair across every board. If a man has to sit there and say certain derogatory about your body that he doesn't like and he gets flagged, I'm hoping the rules apply the same way to the men. But like I said, I don't use Bumble. I heard about Bumble. And I know most you brothers that will catch back this podcast will be honest, never heard of it or ever used it. And I don't blame you because certain apps should not be existing. You know? And to be fair and honest, if it's controlled by a woman, I know for a fact she's not going to do the same to keep it fair across the board. You know how women are, guys. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not sure of the person that runs Bumble. I'm not sure how she runs a platform like that. But I could assume that it's not fair across the board until somebody could tell me otherwise. And like I said, for all the people that will listen to this, please leave a comment and tell me that I'm lying, that it is fair across the board, that men and women that does anything that's offensive to each other, it will be flagged, etc., and all avenues. And there is no what we call only one sex agenda. I'm hoping. But like I said, for those that use Bumble, please educate me in the comment section during the end of this podcast/stream. Let's move on. She added, we always want to lead with education and give our community a chance to learn to recognize this language and improve. However, we will not hesitate to permanently remove someone from the app if there are repeated incidents of particular harmful comments. Okay, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Interesting. So that is one section. Let me see what y'all guys saying. All right. I see people in the chat room. I hear from Sir Anthony says, real talk, there should be no need to call names and cuss people on a dating app. I agree, Sir Anthony. Who else? All right. Okay, I don't see anybody else. Let me look at more detail on this. I'm going to go and find them on Wikipedia. Check Wikipedia for a second. And let's see if we can find if there's dates. All right. Okay. I'm gonna do one more share. And I might open up for a few minutes so people have commentary. As you see, through the history of Bumble, it looked like it was established and released roughly almost 7 years ago, 6.5 years ago, December of 2014. Operating system, Apple iOS, Android. Social network, it is. And it is locate-based social application that facilitates communication between interesting users. In heterosexual matches, only female users can make the first contact with matches male users, while in same-sex matches, either person can send a message first. Okay, so I think it's almost like every other app per se. Users can sign up using their phone number on Facebook profile and have options of searching or romantic matches or of BFF mode. Bumble Buzz facilities business communications. Bumble was founded by Whitney Wolfe Herd. As you can tell, this is the woman. It's hard to see. So she is a European woman from, I know she's from the United Kingdom. I'm going to check more about her in a second. Shortly after she left Tinder, so she's part of Tinder. Interesting. A dating app she co-founded due to growing tension with other companies' executives. Wolfen Herd has described Bumble as a feminist dating app. Do you guys see this? Feminist dating app. Now you see why the direction they took in regards the language, the shaming, or hurt words from men. There's your answer. It's a feminist dating app. Now, a lot of men will already call us out already since this new information that Bumble is moving direction. I'm really censoring any man that has their opinions dating a woman that they feel is unpleasing or they did not just like. Anyway, as of September 2019, with a monthly user base of 5 million, Bumble is the second most popular dating app in the US after Tinder. Bumble is what? Bumble is second most popular dating app in the US after Tinder. So Tinder must be number one, Bumble second. That's a problem, gentlemen. Because this is second to Tinder, or I don't know if what's the top of dating apps, and I might do a quick Google search on that next. But let's say Tinder is number one and Bumble second. If Bumble is putting these precautions now for the last month and start being really hard and strict with the restrictions, the only thing I could see that goes back to the main topic of this stream podcast, that this might be the end of all dating apps as we know it, men. And it's only a layout plan to really start regulate what men really want to choose and cut their options of which women they could only pick. That's what I see that's coming. I could be wrong, but like I said, you as the men that use these date apps need to be the judge of that. According to a June 2016 survey, 46.2% of his users are female. According to Forbes, the company is valued at more than $1 billion. And the company reports having over 55 million users in 150 countries. Whitney Wolfe Herd is the co-founder of Tinder, founded Bumble shortly after leaving Tinder. Wolfie Herd sued Tinder for sexual discrimination and harassment and settled for just over $1 million in September 2014. And remember, after that, she created her own app 3 months later. Amazing that? Or I'll say something better. She was always in the direction of creating her own form of dating app. That little $1 million she got from that little settlement is just buckets that she could throw into the trash can. The amount of money she's going to potentially make, because she already was co-founder of one more popular app. So her leaving one situation and creating her own, she made more money. I hope y'all found the correlation, guys. I hope I'm not losing out. Get me? Amidst the media attention surrounding the lawsuit, acquaintances and Badu, founder of CEO Andrew Anderu, contact Wolfen Herd via email, and the two meet up. Andrew suggests she gets back into the dating space, and the pair eventually form a partnership in which Andrew would receive 79% ownership in the company following an initial investment of $10 million, along with additional investments, and Wolfen Herd would serve as founder, CEO, and 20% owner. As part of the agreement, the new company would also utilize Badu infrastructure and Andrew consultants. After the partnership was established, the pair recruit following Tinder departees Chris Goldsingen and Sarah Mick to design the interface and help launch Bumble. Bumble was launched 3 months later in December 2004, after she got her nice little $1 million settlement, which is buckets compared to what she was making already. Work for Tinder, because Tinder, if I go and find the data on Tinder, is, I guess, over $1 billion business. But, the company headquarters are in Austin, Texas. It has 70 employees globally. In March 2016, Bumble released BFF mode as a way for users to find what they call platonic friends after switching into the mode. The app replaced potential dates with people of the user same sex who are also looking for friends. In June 2016, Bumble announced a partnership with Spotify. Ooh, that would allow users to connect their Spotify account to their profile to show their music interests. Ain't that something? Don't you guys love partnerships and group economics? It's such a beautiful thing to see it firsthand. Trust me, I've seen it. In March 2017, the company announced its plan to launch a career network app, Bumble Biz. In August 2017, Bumble partners with the what we call Anti-Defamation League in efforts to remove users who display hate symbols in their profiles. In October 2017, the companies launched Bumble Buzz, which also used a woman-first interfacer as an attempt to remove the soliciting nature and sexism that exists in networking. For all you incels out there. According to Forbes, the company was valued at more than $1 billion in November 2017. When private equity firms Blackstone Groups purchased the majority stakes in Bumble partner company Magic Labs, Bumble and its sister app were valued at $3 billion. Bumble and its sister apps earned $162 million in net revenue for 2018. In April of 2019, Bumble launched its own lifestyle magazine called Bumble Magazine, which I never heard of. In 2020, Bumble replaced Magic Labs as a parent company of both Bumble and Badoo. As of 2020, Bumble has over 100 million users worldwide. And let me see if any for thing going on here. I'm gonna skip down certain things. This was the history of it. I'm gonna look at the operations, and then I'm gonna go almost to the end of this. But before then, let me see what's going on in the activities room to give people a breather. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably gonna do this. And make sure you guys share this and like the stream as well. Okay, let's move on. Formerly, this is the operation side. Formerly, Bumble users were required to log in via Facebook when signing up. In April 2018, Bumble added an option to sign up using only a phone number, following Facebook involvement in a controversial with Cambridge Analytics. For users who signed up with Facebook, information from their accounts is used to build a profile and photo and basic information, including users' college or job. Users swipe right to the likes a potential match and left to reject them. In matching between a man and a woman, the woman must initially end the conversation of their matches or the matches disappear within 24 hours. Either person in a same-sex match can reach out. In 2008, the Daily Dot criticized Bumble for lacking options for options for users to identify a gender, queer, or transgender, in contrast in competitors. OK Couple and Tinder, the app now has a wide range of gender identity options. Bumble released a backtrack featuring in 2015 that allows users to undo accidental left swipe by shaking their phones. Three free backtracks are provided initially, which are replenished every 3 hours. Users have the option to immediately receive a new set of 3 backtracks by sharing Bumble on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. although they are limited to one of these refills per day. The app has features allowing the users to favorite conversations, sort conversations, and send photos message. A snooze feature was added September 2018, 3 years ago, to allow users to pause activities and avoid using the app for a period of time. BFF mode uses the same swipe right or left platforms as an app's dating modes and required that the conversation is starting within 24 hours of matching with potential friends. Conversation starts with potential friend are color coded as greens as opposed to yellow for dates. As the feature was rolled out, Bumble also announced that it will eventually release a dual profile feature allowing users to search or create a profile for dating or friendship. In April of 2016, Bumble app was updated to combat ghosting. Oh, oh, ghosting. Okay. Oh. Well, that tells you right there. If you're ghosting a partner, that means most. Let me say this: anytime a male or woman, but let's say men are, if this is the case, are doing more of the ghosting than women. That if a man has to ghost you, ladies, that tells me you were not really sincere of what you look like, what you want, and all the above. That's just me. That's what I conclude for any person, especially male, to ghost you. But let's go on. As part of the update, if a user is messaging after matches with a potential partner and doesn't respond within 24 hours to matching, disappears. Before the update, men were allowed unlimited time to respond to a message from women, which the company views as an uneven playing field. The update was also launched for same-sex matches, with either party allowing to initially and to other have to respond within 24 hours. Bumble launched a photo verification tool in September of 2016 to ensure that users of the app were the same people in the profile picture. To be verified, users are asked to submit a selfie of their performance, a specific pose. The picture is reviewed by a real person who ensures the user is the person in the profile picture. Bumble was the first dating app to include photos verifications in the US. In June of 2019, Bumble announced that it will be enabling its app voice and video call on all the platforms, including Bumble, Bumble Buzz, and Bumble BFF. Users must match first before initiating a call. The Bumble Vice President of Strategies reports an 84% increase in video calls that were placed between users during the coronavirus pandemic. Okay. In 2020, Bumble announced that the users can now expand their distance filters to match with anyone in the country. Previously, the app only allows people to connect within 100-mile range. Daters can add a virtual dating badge to their profile to indicate that they're willing to date over video call. Okay. One last thing I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna check on my. Well, actually, I'm just gonna read this and get out the way. Feminist labels. Bumble has been considered as a feminist Tinder. Its founder has confirmed this identity, called the app 100% feminist. See that? Although she has attempted to distance the app from Tinder in interviews, Wolfen Heard shared in an interview with Vanity Fair the concept behind the app. If you look and where we are in the current, what they call heteronormative rules surrounding dating, I think that's called heteronormative rules. The unwritten rule puts the woman a peg under the man. The man feels the pressure to go first in a conversation, and the woman feels pressure to sit on her hands. If we can take some of the pressure off the man and put some of what encouragement in the woman's lap, I think we are taking a step in the right direction, especially in terms of really being true feminists. I think we are the first feminist, our first attempt at feminism or feminist dating apps. Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's it. Um, let me see. I'm just gonna click on her quickly. Okay, this one was born 1989. Oh, so she might be 32 this year. She's from Salt Lake City, American. Her net worth right now is almost $1 billion, $500 million. Like I told you, that $1 million is just for the bucket list. And I'm not going further with her. Yeah, y'all could. I'll leave this in the description at the end of this podcast. Enough of that. Yeah, that tells it. Um, so let me go into this now and look at y'all comments now. But I'll say this before I start going for that. You hear Miss Wolfen said it best that this is the first feminist dating app. And it makes me wonder why it's not a lot of podcasters and content creators going into the deep details of this. I'm the only one that did the real digging up of this. I think I'm the only one. I could be wrong, but to be honest with you, and this is what I tell most men and women, if you're going to do content, please do the content. I want to see quick Google search, certain information, at least about the topic you're talking about. Well, I'm the only one that had to sit there dig this up. I heard about it, but I didn't really look how deep this rabbit hole is in regards to this app. Now you know who is the founder, why it is going the rules it is, and who is it a feminist app. That's something that was never talked about in a lot of spaces. So to be honest with you, I think I did a good job on this because now reading it for the first time, I had that lot of suspicions, but all my suspicions were answered. And I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the answer I got is not pretty. I'm not really happy about this. And thank you, Mr. Taylor, for your donation. So now what I will do. Wait, before I open this up, I'm gonna say this: the future of dating apps, as I see it moving forward now in the coming years, if everybody start following the same rule and apply the same strategy that Bumble has taken now with the dating apps, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, you're in trouble. You are in trouble. It's going to seem to me that most men, if we're not doing this right, we might have to go back in the old ways and really have to go sit there and go back and going out in the environment and dating, finding women and picking them up and dating. We might have to go back to that again. We might. And the reason I'm telling you we might have to go back that direction because it seems to me the online dating scene is going to be just as problematic as the real physical dating scene. So you don't have no choice. If your person is not comfortable going out there, bars, clubs, or wherever you want to call people, you better get comfortable now if you're a man that's trying to find a decent female mate, etc. moving forward. Because it's getting really icky out here. And I know that this is all done. There's a plan in it to further force and promote degeneracy amongst people in this nation. We already know that homosexuality has reached its plateau. It's not going to work. It is what it is. It's staying. Get over it. But now no one said that you're going to be shaming and you're going to be kicking people off because they have been lied to. They've been coerced to be picking women that are not appealing. to the male human eye is a problem to me as a man. And I think as any man, and I'm gonna say personally, I'm very insulted with all this. I'm very much insulted. And you should be too. So let me read these comments. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay. Tinder is adopting the same policies. That's not good. Tinder is already experimenting with those policies. LGBTQ users get monthly discounts, price, and go. I'm not surprised about that either, Miss Freeman. Combat ghosting. How can they combat that? I have no idea, bro. I guess that we should expect from all these social media companies. And it's coming because remember, Bumble is quote unquote labeled a feminist app. And we all know about feminism right in our communities. That's problematic for not only the Black community, but other communities. Let me see if I can get Charles on here. I doubt I might be able to. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Officer Charles Faulkner, I'm on the air on here for everybody. Let's give a good woo. Woo! Yeah. Bro, I'm not sure if you're busy. I have read all about Bumble. And brother, this is very disturbing. The Bumble app, you heard about this?
No, what happened? I heard about the app, but what's going on with it?
Shit, I can't give you a depth information. You might have to go back to this but I'll tell you this in short. This is a feminist app. And this is what a lot of content creators have not really covered, from my understanding. I have read the article and I did a little Wikipedia search on it. And it already states that it is known to be a feminist app because a woman created this. That was once a co-owner of Tinder. And here's the caveat of things, bro. She did sue Tinder and got $1 million off the settlement. When I check her net worth and the direction she was going, she's almost maxed out at $1 billion. So she left one institution and created her own in regards to push certain agendas that we see now affecting the future of all other dating apps as we know it.
And what does she do? Basically, if people don't want to date a certain type of person, they're gonna penalize them.
The penalty you're gonna get if you're trying to say anything like ghosting, you're saying derogatory terms that if you see a picture you don't like or you have an issue with a woman, they can flag you and remove you from that.
So what I think men should do is basically put what they want on the app or get away from the app altogether and leave all those women lonely.
That's what I was thinking, bro, that men should, and I think most men are going to do that. But here's the issue now. A lot of men that interact with women now are using apps. They're not like going out like we used to do. And I says personally, moving forward, that we might have to go back to old school and have to go out in the environment and look for what we want now. Because now other apps are going to start follow suit. I heard Tinder's going to start follow these policies from some person said in the comment section. See why? Because they're trying to give the better edge for women, from what I read. The direction she's going with this app. So if a woman is 60, 80 pounds overweight, and you can see it, and she likes you, and you said something negative, she can report you and get your shit flagged.
Okay. Then men should support you.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to come to a point that men are going to walk away from this Bumble app since Bumble is making so much money already. But I tell most men this. You're going to have to now go back old school because all apps are going to give the same option. Not only to give the upper hand for women that are fugly, but now we have women that are actually people that's from LGBTQ on these apps too, trying to pose themselves as well to give them a advantage too. If you say something derogatory about them, especially the ones that's called transsexuals, that's looking for heterosexual men. So it seemed to me that what they're doing is they're attacking masculine and on all fronts hard now. It's not just the environment they're concerned. Now you're concerned about the cyberspace now. So I tell most men they got some decisions to make. You know? Yeah.
All right, that's true.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna take this call. I'm gonna hit you right back now.
All right, cool. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, let me see what this is. Let me read. As long as plenty of fish does not adopt these policies, black folks should be fine. I would agree with you, Sir Anthony, but here's the problem. And matter of fact, let me check what is the top 8 dating apps right now. Let me do a quick search on that. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a quick search, guys. Since I did say I was gonna look for this, the top dating apps. The top 10 best dating apps of 2021. Let's check. These apps I don't recognize. So let me go back. It doesn't really show anything in regardless to Plenty of Fish. So I guess those other dating apps must be urban owned, possibly. I could be wrong. All right. Let me share my screen. Where is that? Okay. As y'all can see, right now, of 2019, Tinder, as of September 2019, Tinder reports in the US mobile audience reaches 7.86 million users, making the app the most popular online dating app in the United States. Second ranked to Bumble had 5.3 million US mobile users. So Bumble is second. So I agree. Tinder is number one for the last year and a half, and Bumble's second. I guess Bumble will not be second for long since they've gone for these new changes. And we can go down further. And it says that Bumble is basically Tinder for women. Okay. And if we go further, and you can see here more information. Tinder, League, Hinge, Bumble, Zooks, OK Couple. And it says here again, this is I guess this is last year. So Bumble might be number one now, from what I'm saying now. Yeah. The best dating sites. So right now it looks like Bumble is top, as y'all can see. Plenty of Fish from here. And let me see how update this was. This was December 30th, 2020. CNET. So let me read y'all this list. Bumble, number one for women. Tinder, best for quick and easy hookup. OK Couple, best for free dating site. Hinge, serious relationship seekers. Coffee Meet Bagel, Break and Silence. Happen, best for mixed connection. The League, best for people with high standards. Her, best for lesbians, bisexuals, and etc. Clover, best for confirm a date. Plenty of Fish, best for conversations. So Plenty of Fish is more of a conversation app, but people have hooked up and met people. Match, best for someone with money and spend. eHarmony, best for marriage seekers. So as y'all can see from the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out of the top 12, 10 Bumble has taken over. So now my biggest question should be asked. And it should be asked. And it shows the pictures of what the apps look like. So my question should be asked to everybody that is going to listen into this. You think you're safe now using all of the apps because there's no strict rules and policies placed to give a more upper advantage for women. And really, dating sites should not be geared to that. It should be geared for both users to find the best potential mate possible, in my mind. But like I said, as you could see and know, that Bumble is number one on the list now of last year. So what the policies has put in place for Bumble, for the sake of feminism, is designed to further not only empower the women that uses this site slash app, but also disenfranchise and empower or disempower US men. You cannot go into the app now and think that you're gonna find a nice, slim, beautiful, slender woman on their app because it's not designed for it's designed for the average woman that is not going to be competing, not going to self-improve, and hell, not going to have no personality to look and find a mate. I hear black people talking about Plenty of Fish. Yeah, and you must understand, Sir Anthony, Plenty of Fish is not going to be a safeguard for any man today looking for or trying to find a nice, decent female. That too is going to follow the same rubric like Bumble. Why I say is because all dating apps, including Plenty of Fish, and if you look at where Plenty of Fish stands in the pool of top apps, it is number. Let me check what number. Plenty of Fish is number 10. So it's not. It's one of the top 12, top 10. It's bottom last. If there was a top 10, so anything that's bottom last is going to work its way up to be number one. So keep that in mind. I mean, we shall see. We shall see if that's going to be a possibility. But like I said, what the brother's doing on his own end is good in regards to reveal the nature, what women really want, and to show where they stand and what they cannot get. And to be fair and honest, KS, he's doing a good thing, but he's only showing and revealing the nature of women's All right. Let me see. Everything's good. So I guess, yeah, you could say that, Sir Anthony. Yeah. I guess no one has any response or wants to come up. So, I think it's a good way to end it. Like I said, for those that are new to this podcast slash channel, please hit that red button, hit the top bell, notification bell for your uploads and your live streams from Chaos Rain. You can also now follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. And another side note, you can also now add me and follow me on Facebook, titled Eric Rain. And let me see if I can put that there now for those to follow. 1 second, people. I'm gonna find it out so I can share it so y'all can find it for yourself. All right, y'all can follow me and subscribe on Facebook, Eric Rain, Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. That's where you can find me. But other than that, like I said, like thank everybody that participate and listen to today's stream. Go back to the playback, things that you didn't catch or miss. And I like to hear from you during the comment section of this podcast. So, you know where it is. Let me get us.